David Villarente by day, and then I think by night, or at least I used to be Chino BYI. Beyond Your Imagination, Brooklyn, yes indeed. But yeah, that's my primary crew. Kind of dual personality, but like most kids from my generation, I grew up a big fan of graffiti. There's a long, rich history of graffiti here on subways, walls, buses, and other places, and I was one of those many kids that grew up fascinated by the writing that I saw on the walls and some of the paintings that I saw on the trains. And I think the summer of the 6th grade is when I met someone that actually wrote graffiti, and I took my first tag outdoors. And then I think by the time I got to junior high school, I was copying things I saw written on the walls and trying to mimic the stuff I saw on trains. Sadly, the moving trains would zip past me way too fast for my untrained eye to decipher some of the complicated letter forms I was seeing. There was a certain mystique about it. You know, there was no internet, there were no books. I couldn't Google what I was looking at. I was a kid trying to figure it out, but in spite of not being able to read what I saw on the sides of trains, maybe it was the Hulk or something like that, or Popeye on the side of a train, but there were these characters that I recognized from Saturday morning cartoons and popular culture. Keith Haring probably had an enormous hand in my growing interest in the culture. The notion that this one man was everywhere I went before I arrived was absolutely fascinating to me. So I did a lot of insides on trains, drippy markers, big legible tags, really high spots that you could see from at great distances. But what's current? The Dondi White Estate. We're working on the foundation, so we've got that launching, which is super fun. I've worked in publishing for a long time, so I'm on my 5th book. We just published a book called The ABCs of Styles, and it's a children's book. There's a fun poem that goes through the ABCs. I curated it, and I have 20 some odd artists, some of my favorite legendary guys, create an alphabet for it. It's a fun, organic way to share my passion for graffiti with this next generation of graffiti aficionados, vandals, and fine artists. Some of these guys, like Doc, for instance, I probably met when I was 13 years old for the first time. I think I've known Keo since I was 12. Verz, I've known for a couple of years now. And Andrea, QA, I watched her grow up. The truth of the matter is, it wasn't my personal relationship that got them on board. It was my respect for the artwork that they create, and them being diligent and steadfast, and just graffiti practitioners, and loving the culture and having a similar interest that I have for the culture and a similar respect. It's my world, it's where I grew up. All of the experiences that I've encountered throughout this amazing journey have shaped who I am. But yeah, Brooklyn, no other place like it.